Okay, hello students. So this is an explanation about the tenses that we have to focus on the unit things happen. Uh, well, when we want to talk about what happened in an accident, we have to focus on two types of tenses. The first one is going to be the past simple, and the second one is going to be the past continuous. When we focus on the past simple, we are going to talk about a finished action. That is to say, something that started in the past and it finished in the past. And we have three forms. As you can see, we have the positive one, and you need subject, verb, complement. And in this case, we have two types of verbs. We have the regular verbs that are the one that ends in ed. And on the other hand, we have the irregular verbs that are the kind of verb that have one, two, or three forms. In the case of one, we have, for example, cut, buy, bought. And we have, for example, the verb am is are, the past simple is was or were, and the past participle is going to be been. So that is in the case of the positive. In the case of the negative one, we need the subject, the auxiliary didn't, the verb, and the complement. And we have to stop here because this red word tells us that the whole sentence is in the past. Therefore, the verb that goes in here is in present. And in the case of question, you have to start with this red word that is did, that tells you, hey, I'm talking about the past, okay? So we have did, the subject, the verb in present, the complement, and the question mark. So it's not that easy, I know, but I'm going to give you some examples. So in the case of the positive one, using a regular verb, I can say, I worked hard yesterday. Irregular, I bought an ice cream yesterday. Okay? Then in the case of the negative form, I can say, I didn't work hard yesterday. Or I didn't buy an ice cream yesterday. And in the case of question, you have to say, did you work hard yesterday? Did you buy an ice cream? And you have two possible answers. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. The same happened if you are talking about he, you, we, or they. For example, he didn't work hard yesterday. Did they buy an ice cream yesterday? Okay, so this is the past simple, and remember, finished action. On the other hand, we have the past continuous. The past continuous, we are going to use it when we talk about an interrupted action, okay? And as you can see, as the same as the past simple, we have three forms. So we have the positive one, the negative one, and the interrogative one. When we use the positive, we have subject. According to the subject, you are going to use was or were. The verb that comes next goes with ing and the complement. And maybe you are asking, but when I have to use was or were? Was, you have to use it when you talk about I, he, she, or it. And where, you have to use it with the personal pronouns you, we, or they. Okay? Then in the negative form, you have subject. According to the subject, remember, if you are talking about I, he, she, or it, you have to use wasn't. If your subject is you, we, they, you use weren't. Then the verb with ing, and of course the complement. And the last one is the question. Remember that in the question we have to invert the order. So we start with these red words that are was and were, then the subject, the verb with ing, and the complement. For example, in the case of positive, he was singing, you were studying, I was fighting for my rights. Okay? In the case of the subject, in the case of the negative, you can say, you weren't studying. He wasn't talking. I wasn't fighting for my rights. And in the case of question, were you studying? Was he singing? And that's it. Okay? So remember that we are going to use these two tenses, the past simple and the past continuous, for describing an accident. Remember also that you have a piece of writing in which you have to send an email describing what happened to you and why you have a sick leave. A sick leave in Spanish means licencia médica. For example, a short example. I was going to my home when the bus crashed. Then I have to wait for a while. I was bleeding a lot when the ambulance came, when the ambulance arrived. Okay? Another example, if we use, for example, what is going on in Chile, we have here, let me put this. Wait. Okay. As you can see in the photograph, in the picture, I can say he was striking when the fire started. And that means in Spanish, él estaba marchando cuando el fuego empezó. Okay? So I hope that this video helps you to understand these two tenses. And if you have any doubt, please let me know. Please write me an email and I'm going to reply it as soon as I can. Okay, so have a nice day. Keep on studying, keep on fighting.